Ever since I was growing up, I was told to respect my elders. Even before I was a kid, just before when I started to understand things, the very first thing that I remember what my parents taught me was that whenever you see an elder, go up to him, touch his feet and wish him. I didn't know what did it mean, but I was told that don't think, just do it. Obviously, I didn't have such a big brain to think at that time what it actually meant. It was like a child's play to me. You could make me do that n number of times. It did not actually matter who the person, who he was, who she was. I was just doing it because when I did it, my parents felt happy. I didn't understand why were they happy. And the person whom I was wishing, they were also happy. And that kept on going on until I started questioning and asked my mom one day that why are we doing it? She told me this is our culture. What is a culture? And she actually did not know how to explain to a 6-year-old guy what a culture is. She just said that you just have to respect your elders. And then I started realizing that okay, I mean, touching someone's feet and wishing them is a symbol of respect. But I actually did not know what that respect was, what respect actually meant. I was told that you need to respect your elders. That is not the way how you're supposed to talk to them. You need to respect them. And then I started understanding that maybe respect is making yourself behave in a way that you're not naturally wired to behave. Touching someone's elder's feet and wishing them was a symbol that your parents had taught you manners. And once I did not do it, it put them down in a very bad situation. And no elders or no elder want that he must not be respected. So obviously, he was not happy either. It's not just my story, I guess it is with most of the Indians and the people around me that I have heard that this thing is so badly instilled in us that respect your elders, it is your culture, follow your culture, this is our culture, in our culture we don't do this, in our culture we don't do that, this is our culture. I mean, what the fuck is culture? What is culture? And why are we fucking obliged to follow it? If an elder is acting like a dumb fuck stupid douchebag, do I still need to respect him? Do I still need to respect him for being a douchebag? Really? Okay, I wasn't like this at all in the beginning. I listened to my mom, whatever she told me. I listened to my elders until a friend of mine in school told me that one of his family relative who's been visiting them is daily putting his dick inside her vagina. I actually did not know at that time what did it mean, but she said that he's been doing this and she feels painful about it, but she doesn't know whom to really say about it. I was no saint. I was not a therapist. I even didn't know what did it mean once I was an 8-year-old kid. So many kids go through childhood trauma because they are badly programmed always to respect their elders, follow your culture. This is right, this is the thing that you're supposed to follow because this is our culture and that is our culture. It's all because of culture. Just because someone is your elder, that doesn't give them an entitlement that you should respect them. In my opinion, as much as we are taught to respect our elders or respect someone, we should also be taught to think about the cases in which we must disrespect other person no matter how elder he is. He may be the prime minister of your country, but if someone is wrong, then you need to acknowledge and we must be taught the fact that we must critically show middle finger to them if you just feel that the other person is plain and stupid. It's just like sex. No one is going to teach you that, look kid, this is your dick, this is a hole. So respect every female? No. Respect every elder? No. Respect the fathers in the church, books, priests? No. Just because someone belongs to a particular group that can be classified into something doesn't entitle them to be respected by you. Your respect is like the limited number of fucks that you have. You can't just give your fuck to each and everyone. I'm not saying that some culture is right or some culture is wrong. I'm coming on to a bigger picture. I'm saying that don't get programmed. You have a fucking brain. Use it. Use it. Question things that are told to you. And if you find that they're logical enough, then agree with them. Otherwise, learn to disagree with things. Culture is for an individual to prosper. Not individuals are there to prosper a culture, because a culture in isolation, it means nothing. Start seeing people as an individual first before you tag them into a particular group or sect of a society. Sati Pratha was an Indian tradition in which a wife had to literally set herself on fire if her husband died. And if she wanted to get up and run away, then people would be literally standing outside to hit her and not allow her from running away. And this we called as a rich Indian tradition until a Britisher abolished it. Now that I've said that, some of you would say, so what? He was a fucking Britisher. See, that's the problem. I'm not supporting Britishers' rule in India. Obviously, the brutality, the rape, and the things that they carried out in India during their rule, I oppose it. But you have to give it to them for stopping this shitty tradition of Sati Pratha. Just because most of the people of a particular group behave in a particular way or are involved in something, that does not mean that all the people of that particular group are like that. You had no choice in choosing your so-called culture, then why the fuck should you be so proud of it? I mean, it's just like being proud of the fact that you were born in November and you are a fucking Sagittarius. Is there a logic behind it? It's completely, totally stupid and nonsense. How can I also forget the third wave feminism? Hashtag all men are trash. Black lives matter. White male privilege. All these are examples of one and the same thing. Before you speak on behalf of a particular group or a sect, firstly speak on behalf of yourself. All this comes on to show something very alarming. We are afraid of our individuality. No matter how much we say we want freedom, we want to be free, but subconsciously we all want someone whom we can follow. In old times, we used to organize ourselves. People in some places are stopped from wearing what they want to wear because they are said that showing skin is not in their culture. They don't have the answer to that why, because they just do it and do it to the point of making their own people feel sick about their shitty culture and tradition. When I tell people that our cultural norm or social norm of caste system was shitty, the rebuttal that I hear from people is, you don't know what happens in United States. Their culture is more shitty than ours. We have reached at such a stage where the thing of our glory is that my shit is less shitty than your shit. It is about, out of these two, which is less worse. Oh, I'm less worse, so I'm the winner. I'm the winner because I'm less worse. I stink less, so I'm the winner. Culture is a lifestyle and mental makeup. It has no geographical, political or national limitation. There is no Indian culture as such because India is a country of multiple divisions and so is any other country. Though Hinduism is considered major religion in our country, but Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism and all other religions also coexist. In addition, we have Aryan culture, Dravidian culture. Can all these cultures be joined together and called as one particular Indian culture? Even the geographical areas too are different. Our India before independence and after independence is different, and these changes keep happening as the time progresses. Lifestyle too differ due to educational, economical and professional reasons. City life, town life, village life for different sets of people. Cultural life is different due to environmental factors too. So how can you just pick and choose a particular way of life from a whole lot and just call that this is our culture? If you come about thinking, you can just divide people into n number of ways. First of all, humans as a whole, then male, female, then if male, the people who are 7 feet tall, the people who are 7 feet less, then the people who are 7 feet less, how many are blacks, how many are whites, then all those who are blacks, how many have big dick and a small dick, all those who have big dick, how many of them are laborers, all those who are laborers, how many of them can squat 300 pounds. I mean, you can just go on dividing people into n number of groups. I mean, it is time we disconnect the practice of linking our culture with our identity and start linking our individuality, our morals, our opinions, our goals as our identity. That's it.